Britain warned against outrageously naive approach towards the Taliban. Militants say they will respect the rights of all Afghans, including women and minorities. Taliban assurances that they will not allow terrorist groups to use Afghanistan as a safe haven cannot form the basis of foreign policy on engagement with Afghanistan. In attempts to portray the new rulers as reformed and modernized, the Taliban have pledged to prevent a return to the days of Al-Qaeda training camps in the country. But former British soldier Robert Clark, a defense policy associate at the Henry Jackson Society think tank, predicts that ISIS-K would thrive in the security vacuum and believes the Taliban are not in a position to offer such a guarantee. He said that the UK government and its allies would be outrageously naive to believe any such promises from the extremist group. It's naivety bordering on complicity, Mr. Clark said. He pointed to the suicide bombing at Kabul airport last month that killed more than 170 people and injured at least 200 as the most obvious example of the chaos that reigns in the country. And as Western leaders continue to grapple over how to respond to Afghanistan's new rulers, Mr. Clark predicted that terrorist groups would thrive in the security vacuum left by the departure of foreign troops. Mr. Clark told The National, "It's really difficult for them to state to the West that we will protect the security, we will not allow the country to be used for terrorist plots in the West." The Taliban say they control all of Afghanistan, but they cannot control the entire country. He said it would be ridiculous to believe that the group's 70,000-strong fighting force would be enough to somehow prevent terrorist groups from putting down roots in the country of 38 million. And he foresees a situation in which ISIS-K, also known as ISIS in Khorasan, Al-Qaeda, and the Haqqani network will find a right breeding ground for their ideologies and space to grow their networks, now that foreign troops are no longer present. It is a very unpalatable situation for Britain to be in. All of these different groups are incredibly fragmented, Mr. Clark said. ISIS is a franchise. You cannot defeat it through military means. Mr. Clark dismissed the claims being made by the Taliban that they will guarantee the rights of women, respect minorities and bring law and order to the country. He said the group had swept back into power using tactics including murder, threat, intimidation and bribery, 20 years after they were toppled by US and coalition forces. The group has said they will not take revenge on opponents, but media reports suggest otherwise.